Queridos estudiantes, hoy veremos nuestro segundo trabalenguas. Y esta vez veremos un trabalenguas bien cortito. Son solo 3 palabras. En realidad, más que trabalenguas, son palabras que cuesta decir juntas, ¿verdad? Que son estas 3. Let me say in English what I just said. In today's class, we will learn our second tongue twister. And rather than a tongue twister, it's just 3 words that are very difficult to pronounce, okay? So, these are just these 3 words. And I will also teach you the diminutives in Spanish, okay? That are quite common. Because here, this is a diminutive, right? So all the Spanish words that end in ito or ita are diminutives. And when do we use diminutives in Spanish? When we want to actually focus on something, we want to stress that something is small or little, or also when we are fond of something, okay? For example, a name Pedro, okay? Pedro. I can call him Pedrito because he's a child or because he's very small, or also because I'm very fond of him. Yes? Pedrito, I can call him, right? Or animal, for example, is animal, yes? A little animal, I will say animalito. Sorry, a small animal. A small animal is un animalito, right? The ending ito, diminutive, means that it is small. But also, if I'm very fond of it, or if I'm speaking with great love of this animal, I can also call it animalito, even if it's not really small, you know? So remember, diminutives in Spanish, we use them for stressing that they are small or little, or also when we want to stress that we are fond of something or somebody, right? So when we address a person, like here in this case, with a diminutive, remember, it can be because we are fond of that person, regardless of being big or small, or old or young, and mainly when it is somebody young or something small, right? Here we have a diminutive. And diminutives in Spanish are very common. So let's learn these 3 words. Vamos a aprender lo que significan estas 3 palabras. Chacarita. Chacarita es una danza folclórica, un baile folclórico. Chacarita is a folkloric dance, okay? Cucharita. Cucharita is a little spoon, okay? The spoon we use to have our soup. Cucharita, the diminutive, means that it's a small spoon. We usually call cucharita the small spoon for the coffee, the small spoon for the tea, or for dessert. That's what we call cucharita. And when we say cuchara, we usually refer to the bigger spoon for the soup, right? Or for a stew. And cucaracha. Cucaracha means a roach, the insect, okay? That this disagreeable insect, that the brown one, okay? So a roach. And of course, because of the disagreeable connotation this insect has, sometimes when referring to somebody very ugly, people can also say cucaracha, okay? But it's not really very nice. So cucaracha means a roach. So we try to pronounce chacarita, cucharita, and cucaracha. I guess the difficulty here is alternating the cuch and cuc, right? Those different sounds. Creo que aquí la dificultad o el desafío, desafío means challenge. Creo que el desafío, I think that the challenge está en chaca, cucha, cuca, okay? Those sounds, the alternation of those sounds. Así que comencemos ahora a leerlo en velocidad normal. Let's begin to read in normal speed. Chacarita, cucharita, cucaracha. Chacarita, cucharita, cucaracha. Chacarita, cucharita, cucaracha. Chacarita, cucharita, cucaracha. Okay? So, now that we have seen how we form a diminutive or how we use diminutives in Spanish, I'll show you. If we want to say a little flower or a small flower, yes? A small flower, we would say flor is a flower, yes? However, in this case, when the word, the noun, ends in a consonant like here, we do not say florita, okay? Remember, the ending in A is for feminine nouns. The ending in O is the diminutive for masculine nouns. Flor, the word for flower, is a feminine noun. So we would use ita. However, we do not say florita, okay? We would say florcita, right? Florcita. For car, a small car, we would say, this is car, right? The diminutive would be autito, autito, because it is masculine. For a house, a small house, we say, remember, casa is house. A small house is casita. Casita, remember, house is a feminine noun. A small person, okay? Remember, person is persona. Persona. So, small person would be personita. Personita. Right? Now, let's see. A cat, a small cat. The word for cat in Spanish is gato. So, a small cat, we say gatito. Gatito, okay? Because a cat is masculine word in Spanish, gatito. And for a dog, how would we say a small dog in Spanish? We say perrito. Perrito, okay? Because the word is perro. And it's a masculine word, so perrito would be the diminutive. So, perrito we use when we want to refer to a small dog, or also when we want to refer to the dog in a way that expresses that we are very fond of the dog, right? Or of whatever, the cat or whatever, okay? And exceptionally, it's also used with disdain. Why? Because of the irony. When we are disdainful towards something or somebody, ironically, we can address that or him or her with a diminutive, right? Ironically, because since we usually use it for expressing fondness, it can also be used as an irony, being disdainful, okay? So, for example, in Spanish, the word for Mrs. would be señora, okay? And for Mr. would be señor, right? However, for Mrs., for Miss, somebody that is not married, the word would be señorita. Señorita, okay? You see, señora is Mrs. Señorita is Miss. However, due to the disdainful connotation that it's sometimes acquired, the Spanish language has considered to remove this word from the dictionary because it had begun to be used in a disdainful way. However, it's inevitable that this still means miss, so the word exists, okay? Señorita. And señorito would be a young or unmarried man.